delivering quality education. Expanding access to learning. I am Trexie Jikias, your teacher for today.
Good day everyone, I am Trexie Jikias and I will be going to present to you the topic entitled Online Learning. So, let's proceed to the introduction. It says here, an individual who wants to learn new knowledge and information needs to go to school and study. But in the present society and the presence of internet and different commercially available software, an individual can learn new things even in their comfort of their home or at their own pace and in their own time. Thus, online education becomes a trend in education nowadays, especially for working and busy individuals and in times wherein our health may be in danger. So, through online learning kasi or online education, ito yung naging way of learning natin on gaining new information at skills kahit na hindi ka lumabas o umalis ng loob ng bahay ninyo. So, naging popular po din ito, especially nung in the times of COVID-19, di ba? Kasi it allows people to stay safe and learn at their own pace. So, online learning can be helpful sa mga tao na gustong i-continue yung learning but may have busy schedules o kaya hindi maka-attend sa traditional classrooms due to certain reasons. So, these lessons po, we will going to discuss the definition of online learning and its purpose. So, the advantages and limitations will be presented. And lastly, it will describe the role of teachers in online learning. So, let's proceed po. When we say online learning, it is a type of distance education. It has been a long part of American education system and now it becomes popular in many countries in the world. So, it is also known as e-learning. This type of learning is education that takes place over the internet by Stern and Lee. So, it encompasses a range of technologies such as the World Wide Web, email, chat, or new groups or text, audio, and video conferencing to deliver to impart education. So, one of the purposes of online learning is to give learners an opportunity to learn at their own pace. So, according po yan kay Dahl and Sakshi 2017. Bakit sinabi na online learning is a type of distance education? Kasi online learning, ito yung type of distance education that involves students learning through internet. O ito yung educational method kung saan si teacher at ang mga learners can interact through the use of internet. So, sabi dito, ito yung naging magandang bahagi ng sistema ng edukasyon sa Amerika at hanggang ngayon, this type of learning is becoming increasingly popular. Kasi it is more cost-effective than traditional education methods. Ito din yung tinatawag ding e-learning daw. So, ayon kay Stern and D, this type of learning is education that takes place over the internet. So, ang ganitong uri daw ng pag-aaral ay nangyayari sa pamamagitan ng internet. Sabi rin dito, it encompasses a range of technologies such as the World Wide Web, email, chat, new groups or text, audio, and video conferencing delivered to impart education. So, one of the purposes of online learning is to give learners an opportunity to learn at their own pace, according to their own convenience. Sabi nga po ni Dahl and Sakshi 2017. Napaka-convenient nito para sa mga students like me kasi ina-allow niya tayo to study at our own pace. Next slide po. According to Robin Manson, 1998, as mentioned by Dahl and Sakshi 2017, there are types of learning courses. So, kabilang dito yung tinatawag na partially online course at fully online course. So, the partially online course is a type of online course that integrates existing resource materials that are available in print or and non-print form like textbook with some elements of online learning. So, kapag sinabing partially online course, ito yung uri ng online course na binubuo ng mga existing na resource material na available sa print o sa non-print form. Tulad na lang ng mga textbook na may ilang elements ng online learning. O ito yung isang uri ng online learning kung saan ang ilang educational materials ay ibinibigay online habang ang iba pang materials tulad ng mga aklat ay ibinibigay na print o hindi print na format. So in other words po, ang partially online learning ay isang blended learning din. So, while the fully online course is one that will have most of its learning and teaching activities are done online, samantala daw, ang fully online course naman daw, ito yung mga course na kung saan ang karamihan ng mga gawain sa pag-aaral at pagtuturo ay ibinibigay through online. Next slide. The use of online learning becomes popularly growing because it meets the needs of learners who cannot or prefer not to participate in traditional classroom settings. So, these are learners who are working full-time, those who prefer to learn independently, or those who are unable to attend traditional classes. For the learner to participate in an online class, minimum requirements are access to a computer and internet for 24 hours and have the motivation to succeed in a non-traditional classroom. So itong online learning naging popular way of learning that is getting more and more common. Ito yung form of learning na hindi na natin kailangan pang magpunta sa tinatawag nating traditional na class upang makapag-aral. At it is designed sa mga taong, for example, sa mga learners na who work full-time, yung learners na gustong mag-aral on their own, o yung sa learners na hindi kayang o hindi maka-attend sa traditional classes. So, to take part in online learning, ang kailangan natin dito is yung access to a computer at sa internet for 24 hours. And you must be motivated to do well in a different type of learning environment. So, mayroon ding advantages and limitations itong online learning. So, dumako muna tayo sa advantages nitong online learning. Una na dyan is yung it provides convenience to the learners because they can take the course at their own convenient time and pace. So, this means po that pwede nating i-take yung course at a time that is most convenient para sa atin. And we can work at our own speed. We don't have to worry about keeping up with a certain schedule or completing tasks at a certain time. So next, it develops different skills like increased depth of understanding and retention of course content, more meaningful discussions, writing skills, technology skills, time management, independence, and self-discipline. So, through online learning, dinedevelop niya yung different skills natin such as yung understanding complicated topics more deeply. Natututo din tayo to think critically, remembering what you have learned, engaging in meaningful conversations, na-improve din yung tinatawag nating writing skills, at getting used to using technology. Na-manage natin yung mga oras ng mas maayos and we can work independently and being more disciplined. So next, it gives learners more time to think and reflect before communicating. This is beneficial for learners who are shy. So, ibig sabihin nito, instead of people having to speak right away, they can take a few moments na mag-isip o to think at i-consider kung ano yung gusto nilang sabihin or isabi. So, this can be helpful especially po para sa mga taong mahiyain o yung sa mga taong who do not feel comfortable na magsalita right away. Okay, next. It turns traditional teaching to innovative teaching wherein it is more learner-centered, increases variety and creativity of learning activities, and addresses numerous learning styles. So, innovative teaching involves making the learning process more student-centered, using different teaching methods po and catering to the different learning needs of students. Nakakatulong ito to make learning more interesting and creative as well as more effective na din. Okay, next. It promotes and increases learner-to-learner and learner-to-teacher interaction and discussion. It lessens passive listening and encourages more active learning. Ito yung form of learning na kung saan yung mga learner is natututo from each other by sharing experiences and insights. So, it involves discussing experiences, asking questions, and offering support in feedback. Ini-encourage na din yung mga learners to actively participate in the learning process rather than passively listening to a teacher. So, this form of learning promotes collaborative learning, with students being able to learn from each other and have conversations with the teacher. Instead of having only the teacher talking and lecturing, yung mga learners also will be more involved in the learning process. Yung goal din nito is to make the learning process more interactive and engaging. Okay, next. It gives equal opportunity to all learners regardless of their age, sex, religion, and disability. So, ibig sabihin po nito na everyone is given the same chance to learn regardless of who they are. Everyone is treated equally and equally given the same opportunities to learn. Nobody is treated differently due to their age, gender, religion, or if they have a disability. Everyone is treated the same. Okay, next. It says here, it saves money because it does not require classroom facilities. So, ibig sabihin naman ito, instead na mag-rent pa tayo ng mga physical classrooms or facilities, we can use an online platform para makapag-conduct ng classes or training sessions. This reduces cost since wala namang prices associated with renting physical space, di ba? Okay naman, instead of traditional in-person classes can save money kasi we don't need to pay for things like classroom space or furniture or yung teaching material na gagamitin natin. On the other hand, the following are the limitations of online learning. So, ito na, dumako na po tayo sa limitations ng online learning. Una na dito yung poor communication because of lack of face-to-face interaction. There is a tendency to create misunderstanding. Ibig sabihin naman ito, when the people don't have the direct contact with each other, tulad na lang ng face-to-face conversation, it becomes harder for us, di ba, to communicate effectively. Maaari itong pagmulan ng confusion o misunderstanding. Next, knowing how to interact with fellow learners is important, and it is the drawback of online learning because learners might feel isolated with the advancement of technology with social media. Learners can still get in touch with their friends. However, they fail to meet and greet a person sitting just next door to them. This may lead to feelings of isolation that cause stress to learners, which may result in dropout. So, having meaningful connections with other students is important to learning then. But it can be challenging when taking courses online. Even with the help of online social networks, it isn't the same as meeting people in person and talking face-to-face, di ba? Being isolated from others can lead to feelings of stress, which can lead to dropping out of a course, sabi dito. Okay, next. Lack motivation is common in online learning because online learning is most done at home. They easily get destroyed with other things. It is also a problem for learners who do not know how to manage their time and have a tendency to procrastinate. So, dito, lack of motivations in online learning means that people who are taking courses online struggle to stay motivated and focused. they may be easily distracted by other activities around the house, or end up procrastinating because they don't know how to manage their time. Next, online learning sometimes results in lack of quality because there are teachers who do not plan lessons seriously and are not committed to their responsibilities and duties to do online teaching. So, online learning can be a lower of quality kung yung teacher are not doing their job properly. This can happen when the teachers are not taking the time to make lesson plans and don't show a dedication to teaching online. So, online learning can get bad if the teachers leading the classes aren't taking it seriously, or they may not put enough time and effort into planning lessons and teaching, which can negatively affect the quality of the learning experience. So next, those places located in remote areas may experience poor accessibility to computer hardware, software, and internet connectivity. In the absence of this, online learning will not be conducted and successful. So, this means po that in remote areas where there is a limited access to computers, software, and internet, it will be hard for people to do online learning. Without these basic tools, online learning won't be effective. In simple terms po, if you are in a remote area without access to computers, software, and a reliable internet connection, it will be difficult to take part in online learning. So, without this without these resources po, it will be hard, 'di ba, to have a successful online learning experience. So, dumako naman po tayo sa integration of online learning for instruction. Una na dito is yung learners can access courses in any school in the world. So, this means that students are able to take courses from any school in the world, regardless of their location or physical distance. This could be done through online courses or virtual classrooms or other forms of distance learning. So next, learner can use email to ask questions and submit output to the teacher anywhere, provided they have a computer and an internet connection. So, through email, it is a way for learners to stay in touch with their teachers and get help with their work, even if they are not physically in the same room. They can send questions or completed projects to their teacher and get feedback right away, no matter where they are. So, this means yung students we can use email to communicate with our teacher and ask questions or submit completed work, no matter where they are, as long as they have access to a computer and the internet. So, likewise, teachers can send lectures, materials, and activities for the learners to do. This means that teachers can provide students with online lectures. Example na dito yung videos or audio recordings. Diba yung mga teacher natin, nagsisend sila ng mga video nila, ng mga discussion nila kapag hindi na tayo nami-meet. Sa materials naman, yung documents, notes, and other resources. And activities naman like quizzes, assignments, and other tasks for them to do or complete online. So next, learners can gather information for individual projects through email. They can acquire information by sending email to different agencies and wait for the response. So, the information that they have gathered can be used in doing the activities. So, email is a way to quickly and easily send information back and forth between people. Learners can use email to get information from agencies that can help them with their projects. They can send email asking for the information they need and wait for the response from the agency. The information they get can be used for the individual projects. So, through emailing, it is a way of getting information for a school project, di ba? you can send emails to organizations or people with questions that you needed to answer and wait for the response. So, the information you receive in response can then be used in your project. Okay, next po. Sabi dito, teachers can use internet search engines to help learners effectively gather information. This means po that teachers can use websites like Google to help their students find useful information for their studies. They can search for facts, articles, reports, and other resources that can help them learn. So, as a teacher, it can help their students find useful information by using search engines on the internet. Kapag kasi sinabi natin search engines, ito yung made to help to find certain types of information on the internet. By using search engines, yung teachers can help their students quickly and easily find information relevant to their school work. So, this is the end of my topic po. I hope that you understand and learn something new from me. Thank you po.